Hey, welcome back. And the It Ends With Us drama has now officially entered a courtroom. Today was the very first court hearing in the legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, but neither star was there. Since the drama has continued to play out in the headlines, the federal judge is threatening to move the trial date up to prevent it from being litigated in the press and possibly tainting a future jury. This comes after Baldoni's legal team released a behind-the-scenes video of the two on the set of their movie It Ends With Us, and a late-night voice memo from Baldoni to Lively surfaced online earlier this week. Let's bring in civil trial and entertainment lawyer Tre Lovell to help us understand all this. Tre, thanks so much for being with us. So for those of us that have been following this, we've already seen a lot come out, and yet there are rumblings, rumors that even more could come out. What are you watching for here?
I think we've seen just the beginning. You know, this is it's really a fight on two fronts. It's the courtroom, and then it's the public arena where the PR is, and that's the big fight. So Blake Lively started out with the narrative coming strong for her side, and now Baldoni's got his side out, and it's going to keep trickling in. So I think this is the beginning. But now that we're in the courtroom, we're moving along through the procedures. You know, they're going to get some control of it inside that venue.
And when it comes to the judge, I mean, we hear one judge, and yet Blake Lively is suing, Justin Baldoni is countersuing. There's also this lawsuit towards the New York Times. Is the federal judge overseeing everything? Are there different jurisdictions here?
Yeah, so what's happened is Baldoni filed suit against the New York Times in Los Angeles. And then there's the two lawsuits with Baldoni and Lively against each other in New York. Baldoni has now amended his complaint against Lively to include the New York Times. So they're going to take control of that one in New York. He's probably going to dismiss that in LA, and it's all going to be under this judge.
And when it comes to tainting the jury pool, it's really interesting because, you know, you talk to some people, they know every little detail. And then you talk to a lot of people, and they're like, what? What are you talking about? Who? And what's happening? The jury pool tainting, when it comes to like something so focused on Hollywood and celebrity and intrigue, like, is that a valid concern here?
Well, they do have to be a little bit careful in these really publicized cases because people are watching them. You know, you can come out with any type of evidence you want, whether or not it's admissible. People may be watching it. There's a good argument to say that you really can't taint a jury pool until you get closer to jury selection, because, you know, now we're over a year away. So what's the real effect? But the judge wants to keep the evidence in the courtroom. And counsel have an obligation not to come out and discuss the case if they think it may affect potential jurors or what the public would think. So, you know, he's got to kind of keep wraps on it. So it can be a consideration, but I think we're far from where it could be, a real worry.
Yeah, and keeping everything in the courtroom in the year 2025, very hard task. Tre, thanks so much for joining us and breaking all this down for us.
Thanks for having me.